a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2 podcast, the relaunch. And I have a special guest, somebody near and dear to my heart, MsFatherDeity. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, hey, I am MsFatherDeity. To all you little beta bitches.
Ooh, it sounds like you getting ready to like step on me.
Most certainly. Instant toxic.
Where did this all come about? Because you wasn't MsFatherDeity, or maybe you was, but I just didn't know this side of you.
Oh, you knew.
Oh yeah, technically I did. You know the whole peeing
You
thing.
you you knew. I mean, how's who? I mean, who paid? I didn't have to come out of pocket for my Vegas trip, for my flight. So you knew. We don't got to get into that though. But you knew.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, I bet during the panoramic you survived.
Actually, I did not take that opportunity like I should have to like really
Mm.
thrive. I just did my little regular day. I mean, I stacked, but I did a regular, still doing a regular. But this is the relaunch of Miss Father Deity.
Yo, I love that because I'm doing a relaunch with this podcast, and then you're doing a relaunch as well too. Where did this kind of all come about? Like, were you kind of like, you know what, I want to get into something, and I want to take it more like serious, you know?
Yes. So I am what is called a Findom, financial dominatrix. So I don't entertain people in person. Have I beaten some people and done some crude things? Yes, I have, but wasn't for me. But financial dominatrix, that's definitely my thing. Father deity, of course, it's a play on Father God, you know. And since these people worship me, and I am a deity, I didn't want to be mother deity. That's too society has that stigma of like mother being nurturing, and I'm far from it. So I'm more
Right.
like father. So father deity is what I decided on.
You're dominant. And I realize you said financial or fin. So
Yeah,
does that mean like this is a transaction?
this is financial dominatrix. We There's different obviously subgroups to it, but for me, I do nothing. People want to worship me just because I am a black woman, deeply rooted with some nice melanin, some enriched melanin, and they just
Yes.
want to give me their money. So I
And
don't
she
really have
smells like
to.
vanilla in person, y'all.
I still very much, it just like comes out of my pores now at this point. Like it's really part of my molecular makeup. But I more so just ignore people or let them know their existence is irrelevant, and in turn they shower me with money. They give me tributes.
And so is it that they love being degraded or you don't go that far?
Some of them have that like love. They love being degraded. They love being ignored, or they realize that you know they have nothing to offer in life other than their finances. And as a black woman, I deserve them.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, I concur. I agree. You know, I didn't even think about this before we started, but there was a YouTuber that got exposed, and what he was doing was the foot fetish thing. And what the people leaked out his videos, and what he was doing was literally beating the shit out of these men with his feet and like stuffing his feet in their mouths and stuff like that. Which, you know, if that's what you do, that's what you do. But the
Mm-hmm.
reason why it was a big deal is because his platform was about calling out you know, bigots and racists and stuff like that, and highlighting people of color, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
he's over there calling these people certain names and shit. You know, he was doing race play basically.
Was he white?
No, he
Or,
was Middle Eastern.
ooh,
Yeah, and so he did this whole apology video, and he said that he did it because he was trying to escape a situation because he was molested and stuff like that. But it just didn't make any sense because he did this as an adult, not as a child. It was just weird, his explanation, but I think he was just trying to. Basically, he hasn't been back on the platform since he got exposed, and this was like a month ago.
I mean, if you are really going to do something, you need to stand 10 toes in it. Regardless of
Hmm.
your childhood traumas, if you have decided to heal from them, or if you decided to be committed to the traumas, like, I won't say don't use them as an excuse because childhood traumas really do affect people into their adult lives, and a lot of people
Right.
don't know about it. But also, a lot of people try to use it as an excuse for behavior if they get caught doing something that isn't socially acceptable. I don't know much other than what you told me about this guy, but it really sounds like he was trying to use that as his like scapegoat
I
instead
feel
of
that
just
same way.
owning up to it. And it could have started from a childhood trauma, but if you are aware of it, I mean, heal from it or use it, but don't misuse it, you know?
Right, right, right. And so it kind of got me thinking because, like, is there a certain clientele that requests you, like maybe like older white men?
I get a lot of white men, but more importantly, I get a lot of white men that aren't in the country. Yeah. So
Oh,
a lot. That's one thing that I will say. Like Findom, I've never met a sub a day in life. Never. And majority of them are in different countries, and they worship, like literally just worship women, especially black women, and they want to give their finances. So I have a few in Canada. I have one in Australia, two in the UK, and then I have just like three that are like in Eurasia.
wow. So is this like a regular clientele or it's different?
So I have my regulars that just I call a silent send, meaning they don't
I
even
like that.
yeah, they don't even contact me. They just send me just money. Uh, they send me my money because I told them, it's JG Wentworth and it's my money. I want it now. And so they know. They just send it silently. They don't ask anything of me. They don't want even to really be acknowledged. And I like that because I couldn't care less for people.
And they
And
just give you money?
they just give me tributes.
What the?
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's really money out there to be just
I should have
given.
called you during the pandemic.
You should have. You should have. Like, and also the whole entire foot fetish thing. It's real, and a lot of people because it's like it's men that are the ones that are like rooted into these fetishes, regardless of what they are, and so
Right.
it's men that are closeted. So a lot of straight men are making content just with their feet and making thousands of dollars a month just
Damn, I
from
got some ugly ass toes because I
that's the
definitely.
thing. No, see, that's the thing. No, they don't even have to be cute and pretty because some people like there.
I'm about to
When
put
I
these
tell
press.
you, when I tell you, there is a fetish out there for literally everybody, everything. Okay, like you could have feet that are busted, dusted, crusted up like cornbread, and somebody is going to want you
Even with my
to
dead
put.
skin and purple toe.
Listen, dead skin, purple toe. You know what? You could actually sell. Well, I wouldn't say sell, but like you could make money off the dead skin. People will buy your foot shavings.
Oh, I'm about to be making a whole lot of money, and
Uh-huh.
y'all better not judge me.
But hey, look, if they are not contributing financially, they don't need to judge.
Yo, like how did you kind of like dive into this world? Because I'm not saying you do everything, but like,
Hmm.
how did you become so knowledgeable? Did somebody put you up on game, or you just ended up finding
No.
out about this?
So, so initially, I don't know if you are familiar with like the 50 Shades of Grey books and movies.
I've never watched it or read the books, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So a few years, gosh, it was more than a few years ago. They were filming one of the movies out here, and out here, I mean in Seattle. And I went on first time. I decided to give white men a chance to go like on a date. Because the first one ended badly, but I was like, let me give another one
Mm,
a chance. So we went to Pike's Place, and they were filming in Pike's Place, and we got into this conversation about like domination, submission, all this stuff, and he let me know that he is a sub, and if I would be interested in being his dom. I'd heard about it, but I didn't know much about it. And I
right.
was like, you know what? I'm bored. Sure, why not? Let's try it out. So he was my first like introduction to dominatrix, but he was the only person that I've ever interacted with personally. And so it
Oh.
was, yeah, so it was a physical interaction, but it wasn't a sexual interaction. So I still haven't had any white penis in me, on me, none of that. We know. But
Oh, okay. So you're not attracted to white men, but or now you're more open.
my preference will always be black men. Black men, from infinity to infinity. I mean
Yeah.
that is my preference.
We are the best.
Mm, black women are the best, you know. But you know, black women will make y'all look good. So, um,
We complement each other.
but I am open to the idea of dating other people of color.
Okay. And
Yes.
is it kind of like a thing where y- you kind of turn off from it? Because like dating outside your race, here's the thing. Like you always want to know if somebody loves you for you and not fetishizing you. Is that kind of like a thing that plays in your mind too?
No, it's not a thing because I can pick up on if somebody is genuinely interested in somebody because that's their preference, or if they're genuinely interested because it is a fetish. Me being a plus size black woman, I mean, I'm already over sexualized just by being a plus
Mm.
size, voluptuous, whatever. But I am extremely fetishized because I of my size and because of my melanin. Um,
Right.
and as much as they try to think that they can be sneaky with it and covert, you can tell. But I just white men have never been my preference.
Right. Or men with a perm. I remember this one guy was talking to you with a perm. And like
Oh,
you had sent me a picture. I was like, what the
I forgot about him. Oh my gosh. I
yeah,
mean,
I didn't even know if you remember, but I remember you sent me a picture. I was like,
no,
what the fuck?
the only dude that has ever, yeah, he had
He had
he had
long
a
hair, but he had a
perm.
perm. I remember.
He had a perm. I mean, I wasn't mad at it. He just wasn't for me, you know, like
Mhm.
maybe if he had the soul glow and it was legit, but it was bone straight, dark and lovely, just
Yeah.
for me or whatever, whatever he had going on. I was like, no thanks. But yeah, no. I prefer my men to be a little more natural. You know, I'm cool with
Right,
natural.
right. You didn't want to somebody pretty like you.
I don't mind pretty, but
Oh, you
also
don't mind pretty. Okay.
no, I don't mind pretty. I just don't care for chemicals,
Oh,
So so that's just like I don't. You can. I mean, your hair could bang. Your hair could be longer than mine. I don't care. Like you really could have feminine features. I don't care. But it's the chemicals. Like that's kind of what's doing it for me. Like it's annoying.
yeah. That was like too much for you. It's the chemicals for me.
It is. I got enough. Yeah. It, and that could just be some PTSD from when I was a child and I was forced to get relaxers. So I'm like, I don't want no dude to have one.
Right, right. Well, speaking of how life has kind of changed, I wanted to get into how has the last couple of years been for you during the panorama and adjusting to life.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Okay. So right before the perpendicular hit, I'm gonna call it all types of names. Right before
I like that.
the Ponderosa hit, I moved back to Spokane because
Hmm.
I was actually going to take this job as a tutor for this family that travels the world. They're nomads, and I love
Oh,
travel.
like
hmm
the hills. Shout out to the hills.
So, no, like, yes, they are nomads. Yeah, shout out to Brandy and Brandon. Brandy and
Yeah,
Brandon.
bringing
Yeah.
back the old school Snapchat.
Wow, I forgot about them. Yeah, Brandon, that was my guy. Like he really was my guy. But anyway, because I will get off subject. So I moved back home to Spokane. I was just like about ready to sign my contract with this family, and after I signed the contract, I was going to fly down to Ecuador and meet up with them, and then from there, we're going to spend a little bit of time in Ecuador, and then we were either going to go to Australia. I can't remember
Hmm.
what part of Australia, or we were just going to go further down South America, and
Oh,
it
okay.
just kind of just because they had a 7 month old, and they decided that they wanted him to have an English accent, well, an American accent, because English is
Yeah, I was gonna say American because English is
mm,
British.
is British, yeah, or Wales over there. So they wanted him to have an American accent, and so they wanted me to be their tutor. It was between me and another person that was from the UK. And I honestly thought that they were tripping without GPS, because I don't see why on earth you would want, if the option is for your child to have a British or English accent, or like, why would you want your child? I don't know. I ended up
Yeah.
getting the job. I was going to sign, and then my childhood best friend was like, "My job's hiring." Um,
Mm.
And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't even put my application in. Her manager called me, like, you want to come in for an interview? I was like, sure, why not? Went in for an interview, got the job right on the spot. Great benefits. It's union. And so then I was like, okay, I won't, like, I'll let them know that I'm not interested. But the job didn't start until November. And this was in like August.
Oh, so you had some months.
So I had a little bit of time, which was fine. I mean, I spent time with family and all that. Job starts in November. December, little bit of talk about Periwinkle. Not too much, just slight talk about Periwinkle. January, more talk. February, it's like all over. It's considered a pandemic. They don't know what they're gonna do, where it came from, all this stuff. By end of March, I was working from home
Mm.
because they closed the office down.
Right.
Uh,
About the second, third week in March or something like that, it happened.
yes, they closed the office down, so I was working from home. Again, I didn't plan on staying in Spokane this long. I thought maybe 6 months, and then I would transfer, because I could transfer to any state that my company is in. Ended up being in Spokane for 2 years. Did not capitalize on all of that downtime and getting into like really getting into OnlyFans and getting into like the financial dominatrix. Didn't capitalize on it like I could have, but I
Hmm.
wasn't complaining because I got to work from home. I was wearing pajamas. I mean, when I say financially blessed, I was able to save money because I was living at home with my mom. Um,
Right.
so I mean, bank account was morbidly obese by the time I moved out here.
That's what I want my bank account to be.
And
Morbidly obese. I
bank
love
account
that.
was morbidly obese, and then I got in early on the Dogecoin too. So
Mm.
uh, I was on vacation at my best friend's house, left her house that morning to head home, got a notification that a certain amount of my Doge that I put up to sell when it hit to a certain price sold. And I was like, huh, nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. So I still wasn't worried about it. And then I decided I'm tired of working for somebody else's dream.
Yes. Say
And
that again.
so I've decided I am going to do what I like to do. And that's where this rebrand, relaunch of me comes in.
So what would be like the goal? Like would you like post pictures or like do videos or
Yes, so I am working on content now that I have this nice little handy dandy ring light. Um, I will be doing content and pictures, but it's not going to be. You'll have to sign up to see. I was
I
gonna
like that.
give it all, but yeah, no. You sign up, see.
Right.
Will
And you know what the thing is? Not necessarily your pictures are like seductive or anything like that. It's just you being who you are and just knowing that, yo, I'm a sexy motherfucker and you guys are going to look at me.
exactly.
You
No,
either like what you see or you don't.
right, and 9 times out of 10, they love what they see. So
Yeah, and it was something that, and I know we're not gonna dive into Vegas because we'll have to get into
we
the
can no,
reason,
we
but
can dive into Vegas. We just don't have to give too much.
we ain't gonna get too much. All right.
Yeah, well, we can dive into Vegas though.
But I remember we were at the pool. It was at the Stratosphere. Mind you, they have a nice pool area and everything like that. And it was nice being on top of the roof and all that.
True.
Um, but I had a tank top and then I had like like a button up, like covering up and stuff like that. And you was all
Mhm.
like, why do you have a shirt on? And I was like, oh, well, you're like, you was like, take that off, take it off. And I was all like, I don't know, I was like nervous and shit. He was like, no, take it off. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, and I took off my shirt, I've always been like no, that's a lie. Not always been because with 21 to 24, I was like slim and sexy. But after that, I wasn't confident enough to take off my shirt. Even then, when I was slimmer, like I still didn't really like to take off my shirt and stuff like that, but I would. But
Mhm.
I just wanted to say thank you because I didn't have the confidence to take off my shirt at that time. And you was like, no, like, who cares? Like, nobody's even paying attention to you. Nobody's gonna be like, ugh, look at him and his like, no one's going to say that about you. Like, you was like, just take it off. And I just want to say thank you for making me feel confident. And also, you taught me not to say, oh, you're so confident to a big girl because that's implying like, oh, she's only confident because she's big.
Yeah, because you don't say, "Oh, you're confident to like medium or small women." Like they don't
Right.
get that. It's also like that. Oh, you're pretty for a big girl. It's like no, I'm pretty.
Mm.
I'm pretty for a woman, regardless of my size. But you're welcome. I'm not one that's like, oh, body positivity. Like there's a lot of people out there that are like that. But
Right.
I don't really care too much for people. But the people that I do care for, like I want to uplift them and let them know nobody's checking for. It's more of a mental thing. It's like it it's your
Mhm.
thing. But when you're
Right.
the way you're telling it, like you're thanking me for giving you confidence to do something. And I remember the memories just popped up on my Snapchat not too long ago. And
Yeah,
one of the Snapchats said he is conquering one of his fears.
it did.
And yeah, and I was all like, I was thinking like, what fear was he conquering? I completely forgot that it was you not being like comfortable without having a top on. So
Where my tissue at? Rather have me crying like a little bitch.
no, but no. Right, let me get the Kleenex, you know. But I mean, you have like your skin complexion is amazing. Okay, like you got
Thank
that
you.
night. Like I love melanin, and you are like rich in it. Show it off. So, and I also
Thank you.
somehow somehow got the people in the pool to like offer encouragement too.
Oh
The
yeah,
snap.
because I was scared to even get in the water
Yeah, you that oh that
because
you
I
were.
can't swim.
Yeah, you were, and I'm all like you can like we're not going to the deep end. Like you can get in, and you were. I have it on my Snapchats. I'll have to send you the videos because they really just popped up recently, and it was like some couple or whatever. There's a few people in the pool that were like offering encouragement because essentially I just wanted you to do what I wanted you to do. Um, I
Oh,
mean,
you
like
being
we
my
gonna be
dom.
honest, like I just wanted you to do what I wanted you to do. So
I didn't realize I was a sub.
no, 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 not no, 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 not in that sense. Stop, stop. Like no, but I figured we were supposed to be at that pool like 5, 6 hours prior to you getting there. So
True.
um I figured if we're going to be in this pool, we're going to be in this like you gonna do what I want you to do because you had me up in here waiting 6 hours. Like I could have already been up here. Okay.
Right.
So you're getting you're getting in this water and the top is coming off. And but I'm glad that you looked at it as a positive and not me just being commanding or demanding as other people might see it.
Right. No, it was definitely a positive thing. Definitely.
Yeah.
Have you how do I put this? Now, when it comes to your frame of work, like is there anything that you might have paused or not want to do or anything like that, or because it's virtual you're like, oh, it doesn't matter?
Well, wouldn't call it work. I mean, technically it is considered sex work, but um I wouldn't necessarily call it work. It's just something that I enjoy doing and
Mm.
I I mean I get money from it. But there's a lot that I don't do because I don't want to do it. A lot. I get a lot of requests where it's a decent amount that somebody's willing to tribute to me to do something, but I like no like I do it
So
because I
not
want to
all
do
money
it.
is good money.
No, I mean it's I do it because I want to do it. I'm not doing it because you want me to do it. That's my thing. So
Right. And it's like a control thing too, I think. Like because if somebody else is telling you to do something, you're like, no, I don't want to do it. And does
mhm.
that kind of go into kind of like the I don't want to say foreplay, but does it kind of raise your, how do I put it? Like because they're the sub, so it's all like you more or less tell them what to do.
Mhm. It makes me I consider myself a Findom sadist. So to know that somebody's willing to suffer for me that's where like the turn on comes from. So in that aspect, it's not necessarily somebody me telling somebody to do something for me. It's them literally wanting to do it for me.
Wanting to do
That's
it.
what it is. You know, like I'm a Findom status, but I'm also a free will sub. Like I prefer my subs to have free will, meaning I would much rather you want to worship me because you want to and not because I'm telling you to.
Got it. So it's
Kind of
not like
like
you always forcing them, like they want to worship you.
yeah, I that's the thing. I don't force. Like I do not force like you're going to do it or somebody else will.
Mm. Now, do
Like
you think you would make more money if you were more forceful?
absolutely. I wouldn't if I were to be an actual dominatrix in that sense of I'm forcing you to do something, I would it would be the amount of money that I would it would be crazy because like I said there's a lot of money that I have or tributes to money that I've turned down because it's not something that I wanted to do but I definitely
Right.
could. But when I like I said a free will dom, that's also another play on my name because Father God, I mean he gives free will.
I never thought about it like that.
I give free will. You have the choice to do it or not. Not gonna make you, but you're gonna want to do it because you want to worship me.
Right. And do you personally, well, no, this is kind of like a dumb question because of course you like to be worshiped, but in your personal life, like do you like being praised, like worshipped and like people thinking highly of, like does it kind of play into your real life or is it separate? Because you technically don't
That's
really, like you said this earlier, like you don't really like people. So,
I don't, but people love me. I don't know what it is. I could just be sitting in a corner by myself on my phone, not wanting to interact with anybody, and I look up and I have a group of people around me trying to have a conversation with me. And I don't know what energy I give off, but people like gravitate towards me. People they say they feel safe, comfortable, and so then they start to open up, and I'm just sitting there like, I think that's where my I don't like people because people really just like trauma dump on me, and
yeah.
I'm sitting there like I mean I just came because my friend asked me to come to this gathering. I didn't know that I was going to have a whole therapy session with you. I
Right.
was
And I
like,
was gonna have to talk to you.
like I don't even know your name, and you're telling me all of this, and they're like, oh, I just feel so comfortable. I'm like, yeah, that's the energy. I don't know how I put it off out there, but that's the energy that's out there. But I mean, like you've been around me.
Right, right.
Did I make you feel safe and comfortable? I mean, obviously you took your
Yeah,
clothes off, but
you are very welcoming. You know,
yes.
I remember like and when I met you, I gave you a hug and like you was all like, "Oh, I rub everybody down," and like you rubbed me down and like yeah, yes, that's what you did. For those of you watching the audio, and you watch the visual, you know what she did. But yeah,
Yeah.
and I was kind of like, oh, this is like how she is. And then I was like, hey, you want to go to the strip joint? And you was like, yeah, let's go. I was like, oh, she down for the
Right out
cause. I
the
love her.
gate. Okay, like touchdown, put my bag in your trunk, and we were at the strip club. Okay, and
Yes,
you fell in love. I fell in love. The girl that had
I
put the water
did.
bottle between her booty cheeks and was making it like bounce. I was, and then the one that smelled so good. I was like, "What are you wearing?" And she like came and showed me her phone with the perfume that she was wearing, and I'm all like, "Man, we had fun."
We really did.
We
Oh,
had
in the sex
fun.
museum,
The sex museum was good too. It was so educational. It really
it really
was
was.
extremely educational. Those pictures and videos came up too. I got you on the pole at the sex club.
I actually have that video too of me on the pole.
Yeah.
And then she didn't know I had I'm deathly afraid of heights. And I remember going up on the wheel and like I did not want to move around. I was like, don't move, don't move. Like I was
No.
thinking like it was gonna fall or something. Like,
I
yo,
had
I
you
did not like
conquering
it.
all types of fears, okay?
You did.
Not even realizing it. See? That's
Not even realizing, but I had to conquer a lot of fears with you. Yes.
that is hilarious. I forgot about the you were so scared. And I at first I thought you were just faking. I was like, "Oh, he playing it up right now. He's playing it
Yeah.
up." No, but no, you were sincere in that fear. And I was like,
Yeah. Once we got to a certain point, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm
"Yeah."
okay. Like I can move around and stuff like that. We're good. But I
I was
remember
trying to get you
originally,
to
I was
come to
like,
the
oh
edge.
shit. Right.
And you're like, "No, no, no. Like, come on." Actually, one of my favorite pictures that I have you took of me up there. It's still to this day like one of my favorite pictures.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. I gotta hire you. Take some more pictures. I'll
Yeah,
make it
I
fun.
kind of wanted to get into photography, but I don't know if I have the patience for it. But I do want to do a photo shoot sooner or later. Now that I got 20K, I definitely need to do a photo shoot and put some photos out there. I want to do a calendar.
Yes, okay. You know
You
what?
know
And
all
I
that.
look, either November or December, I'm just gonna need you on a bearskin rug with a fireplace, okay, and nothing but some tube socks. I'm gonna need a bottle of hot sauce right next to you and some baby oil gel just all over your body. And that can be
Wait, what's the hot sauce for?
because you're hot and saucy, you know, you
Ooh,
know,
let me write that idea. Hold on, let me put that in
you
my
know,
phone real quick because
okay.
definitely I need to do
Yeah.
that.
It got to be for November or December though. More
Okay,
than
November or December. Okay, or
yeah.
what about Valentine's Day?
No, 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 no.
No.
Because
Okay.
the vibe of it is it's. I mean, a bearskin rug on Valentine's Day in front of a fireplace, like that's not hitting. It gotta November, December gives you that wintry vibe. That like you know,
Oh.
and you're warm and cuddly too, and you really want to be warm and cuddled in December, especially because it's cold.
Okay. Okay. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I like that. Would you ever do a calendar?
I would. I would do a calendar. I've been wanting to actually do like a little boudoir shoot at because I think that would be fun.
Oh,
Um,
that would be nice.
yeah, and also like just my aesthetic, even of like the aesthetic of my place is very hmm, goddess, and so doing a calendar or even a boudoir shoot in my place would be dope.
Right. Right. Oh, you know what? Does makes me think. Like, so did you eventually end up moving on your own, or are you still with your family?
No, so I moved to Seattle actually 1 year ago. Today is when I signed my lease.
Wow!
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thanks. Yeah, so I moved out of Spokane a year ago today. Wow. And I have not been back. I need to.
Right, you need to go see your family, but it's nice being on your own because for me it's been a year since I've been living with my family. Originally I was living on my own, but now I'm living with my family.
Mhm.
um and it's a test because definitely it's weird living with people, but on the other hand, I do like it because I was able to move back to the Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, where I'm originally from, compared to living in the valley by myself and being so stressed out. I mean, of course, it's still stressful because of just life in general, but not everything is weighed on your shoulders and everything like that. And I had that goal of like, okay, I don't want to go back to the 9 to 5. Like, I really want to make something happen, and I've been working and striving for that. So, luckily, I'm able to do that for myself, and trust me, being a content creator, even though I got 20K, no, I am not rich. It's a
Yeah.
process. It's a process because somebody was all like, "Yeah, if you got 20K, you should be doing this and that." And they're like, "No, it don't kind of
Like,
happen like that."
not yet. So being so wait, real quick, just to touch on. Yes, I like that I have my own space and everything because prior to living with family, me and one of my girlfriends got a place together. And so
Yeah, shout out
what
to Toya.
yeah, yes, love her.
I
So we
remember
got
on the
close.
podcast, I was like, "Yeah, Freaky Toya." He was like, "Don't call her Freaky Toya." I was like, "Oh, we just need to spice it up a little bit."
Right? No, but for real. But I will say I love the freedom, but I've because of the pandemic, I've become so much of a homebody that I'm home, and I also work
Yes.
from home, and I don't have that like human interaction as much. So I won't say that I miss living with family, but I do notice there's a lot more silence than
Right.
previously.
And I used to
Hmm.
like going out all the time. Now I'm not like that. I'm all like, no, I don't know about that. Like, I'd rather lay in bed.
Yes, and then I was like, wait, is this depression? I was like, I don't feel sad. I just don't want to do anything. Like, but
Right.
also now they have monkeypox out there, and
Oh,
it's like, I mean, I won't say I can't catch a break, but I feel like I can't because when I'm ready to go outside and be outside, something happens.
right. That's how I feel too. It's all like when you're ready to go out, all of a sudden something going on, the numbers going back up, and you're like, dang, I can't catch a break.
Yeah, so I mean, I've kept to myself. I've had, well, now I've actually had two people over to my place. Like I
Okay.
said, I've been out here for a year. The first, obvious, a guy I was talking to recently ended. And then the other person was actually this little. I signed up for a gym membership, and my package came with a very tall, muscular chocolate man boy, because he's
Oh.
younger than me. But
And how long has this been going on for?
let's see. I signed up on the 28th of last month.
Okay, a month.
Yeah, but it's weird. I mean, obviously, I won't get in too much into it, but I enjoy his company, and I enjoy that there's intimacy, but it's not sexual.
Some people don't know there's a difference between that.
Hmm. And a lot of people don't realize that there's a huge difference, but I'm enjoying it.
That's nice. I like that. And now, with this, like, are you able to separate from what you do between like an actual relationship? Like, does it ever mix or mingle, or you're able to separate the two?
That's the thing. Like, I don't I don't feel like I separate the two because one of them doesn't really exist. Like when I tell you I don't do anything, like there's I might post like a few tweets here or there as a reminder or to like maybe get like a somebody else. So like I'm out there and they know like okay. But for the most part it it has nothing to do with like my day-to-day life. It's me, but
Right. You're just kind of existing.
that's it. Like that's literally it. I exist and people acknowledge my existence by giving me their life savings.
I ain't mad at that at all. I am not mad at that. Well, it's funny because I did have a topic that I did want to touch on, and I sent you like a little clip, and there's not a longer clip. Like I was trying to find one, but there's not a longer clip, and we don't know what happened. But this clip had been going viral for the last week and a half, where
Hmm.
guy threw his girlfriend or his wife into the lake, and she's like hysterical and upset, and she's like, I spent $1,000 on my hair, and you threw me out there, I could have died. And like he's just laughing thinking that it was funny. Like, did that prank go too far?
It did, in the fact of I watched some of it. I'm looking over now at it. It went too far in the fact of the obviously you can see the amount of water that she
Right, that looked
sucked
like a
in.
large body of water.
Like no, but not the it is, but the amount of water that she sucked in, like the way she is coughing up this water, like
Mm.
she didn't have time to catch her breath or nothing. And they really say all it takes is 3 inches of water for somebody to drown in, regardless of how great of a swimmer you are.
Right,
If you
right.
and if you suck in too much water, there's this thing called like after drowning, because like it just is in your lungs, and then
I've
you
never
end
heard
up,
of that. After drowning?
yeah, it's a thing. And so I feel like he not only about the amount of money, because it's $1,000 for your hair to be done, like that's some people's rent, you know.
Right.
But if we're not even counting like her pockets and the amount of money that she spent, just the fact of her safety was put in danger, all because he thought it would be funny to push her in some water.
That's my thing too. Usually I can find the funny and stuff, but that one to me is another one of my fears because I can't swim, being
Mm-hmm.
thrown into some water and then like I'm like help, help, and people laughing at me thinking I'm joking. Like, no, my ass really can't swim.
And yeah, and the way that he is being so dismissive to her feelings, though, too, like that's intense. Just like, oh, it's not that serious. To you, it might not be that serious, but to her, like, don't
Right.
validate her feelings because you don't want to take accountability for something that was seriously wrong. Like, there's
Exactly.
funny, ha ha, he he moments, but that wasn't one of them.
No, that was
Because
not one of them at
that
all.
was
Like, do not throw
disrespectful.
me in no pool. Do not throw me in a kiddie pool. Don't throw me in no pool, no water, no nothing. Like, that to me is not funny.
Right. And I mean, she wasn't even dressed for it.
Right.
And she said, I spent. So she spent $1,000 of her own money.
Mm-hmm.
And he's being dismissive. It's like, he better like run her a check, get her hair done for the next like 3, 4 times.
Right. But then it's not even smart because she gonna have to get in your car all wet. Like, did y'all have towels? Like, come on now.
I mean, he probably don't even care about that. That's like, he don't care about that. He wanted to, it's like he wanted to embarrass her. Like it kind of seemed a little vindictive.
Right. He just wanted to
Just
go viral.
yeah, and it's like you went viral for the wrong things.
Right.
I
I'd
get
rather
wanting
go
to go
viral for
viral.
doing something to myself than trying to almost harming somebody?
And that's your significant other too. Like
Right. Hopefully she didn't give him no nookie. She probably did, damn it. What am I
mm,
talking about? She probably you know how these women be, damn it.
oh, she definitely she definitely is still with him. Definitely. I mean, and that's probably not the most disrespectful thing he's done to her. So
Right. And usually there's like a follow-up like where people know who they are, but it was blurred out. The faces were blurred out, so we don't even know who these people are because I have not seen an update, but I'm wondering like, damn, what happened afterwards?
maybe one of your followers will know, and they can give some type of update. Or
Right.
maybe they are one of your followers and they can give an update.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, let's put those vibes out into the universe because
Yes, let's
I'm
put those
curious.
vibes out into the universe.
I'm
Right. Well,
curious.
speaking of followers, I know shout out to Thuthu because he called me out. And he was like, "Hey, come on Snapchat, but just don't come on there just to, promote yourself. You're just only on there to promote yourself. You don't like talk to nobody no more, blah blah blah." And I was like, "No, it's not like that. It's just that I've been working on my YouTube and stuff like that." But it goes hand in hand with like, okay, there's a platform where I'm making money and I'm monetized compared to Snapchat. I'm not monetized, so I'm gonna give more of my effort to where I am making the money. But I do honestly miss Snapchat. It's not the same. YouTube, um, there's a lot of people. It's a dog eat dog world in YouTube. It's very competitive. Very like you don't know who you can trust. People will eat you alive if you let them. So,
Mm.
you do have to have a strong personality. Where I felt like Snapchat, it was more of a family, and that's the aspect that I wanted to have on YouTube, but it just is not possible.
No. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, even on Snapchat, they were like, I'm a Snap fam, and there really was this community, and
Yeah.
I kind of miss it. I kind of do because it was just so interactive. I mean, I don't even know how I even came across these people. I don't know who the first person
Right.
was that I came across that introduced me to, because nobody knows, nobody really knows people except for through Snapchat. Or there will be some people like, oh, we met X amount of years back. I'm like, okay, but like, how did I meet you? Like, how did, like, how
Right.
do
I
I get
don't know.
introduced? How did I get introduced to you or this group or any, like, I can't think of how that even happened. Because Snapchat, majority, it was just me, like me and my friends. And I don't
Mhm.
know how that transpired and to meeting people, meeting you, and building like a really good rapport. Like we've been
Right. I
friends.
wish Snapchat like told you. I think it does tell you when you started following somebody, but it doesn't tell you like how necessarily, but I would
Yeah.
love to know that. Like I want to say how I kind of got introduced to everybody was through non-trad. Shout out to non-trad. I think that's probably how, because then following him and then branching off to like other people and then sharing, and like Snapchat is really about sharing. That's the thing that a lot of people don't do on the other platforms. Snapchat, you have to share it in order to get out there. Like there's no like, oh, I can stay to myself and somebody will quote unquote discover me. I don't think there's
Mhm.
like a discovering thing. Like the other platforms, like literally it's by word of mouth, somebody sharing, like, oh, this person's hella funny, follow them.
Yeah, but how were you introduced to non-trad though?
That I don't know. I don't. That's a good
Like
question.
I'm really racking my brain trying to figure out how I even started interacting with people. And
I
like,
know why I got a Snapchat. My stepsister was using Snapchat, and they would send like when Snapchat first started, you would send like weird snaps to people like back and forth and stuff like that.
yeah.
And then I just remember like I was like, okay, well, I don't want to kind of just follow only people I know. Like I want to see like who else is out there. So remember your snap code, you used to post it on your Instagram and then people, screenshot it and post it or
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
And so maybe that's how I found a lot of people from like doing the snap code. And just, did you ever put your snap code out there?
I did. I just remembered there was this thing that my friend introduced me to called ghost codes. And you would put your Snapchat in
Yes.
ghost codes, and they would have certain like people that
Categories.
were featured for the week. Um, and like you could follow like if they were into beauty or comedy or something. And I remember, wow, my friend Daphne. And at first I thought it was weird, and I didn't want to do it because I was like this is just weird. Like why? I thought, I don't know. I
Right.
thought like I was gonna be judged or something. But then I saw that she did it, and she was like building, like these people were like, excuse me, people were following her. So I put mine on there, and then I started following a few people, and then I guess from there it kind of just trickled out and built a nice little rapport. And some of them, I mean, obviously we still converse, but there are other people that I still like converse with on a regular that have actually become real deal friends, you know?
Right. I consider you like a real deal friend. I was just talking to Katrina the other day, and I was like, it's so crazy because I found like people that have the same common interests as me. Because I don't know about you, but none of my friends, like, I mean, I do have friends that have Snapchat, of course, but none of them do like the whole content creator and make videos and comedy and stuff. Like, there's nobody like me in my friend group or even around me. So I met these people that have a common interest as me, and I was like, yo, these people are dope. Like, I want to be around these people. And I think that's kind of like how my passion started.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about Katrina. Oh my gosh. And she's not somebody that I've met in person,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody has positive things to say about her. And you can just tell like her energy, her vibe,
Right.
like her smile, like she's somebody like she's really she's like an extreme extrovert, like, and she's always just down to have fun. I remember watching her. Oh wow.
Right.
Yeah,
She's so
Katrina.
awesome.
I haven't seen her in a minute.
Yeah. I know sometimes she's on social media, sometimes she's not. So she's kind of off and on. I just talked to her the other day. She might be moving to Arco soon. I'm not gonna dox her and put where she's gonna be, but
Mm-hmm.
she plans on moving to the West Coast. So hopefully soon we'll be able to plan something because we gotta plan some shit. Let me tell you about it. We gotta plan
Yes.
some shit. We definitely have to
Yes.
reconnect again.
Oh my gosh. Or like the little Snapchat meetups that people would do
Yes.
and put on, and it was always in Vegas. Like, Vegas is cool, but I mean, it would also be nice to like meet up elsewhere.
Yeah, I think the reason why it was always Vegas, well, couple of things. The flights are usually cheaper to Vegas. Well, at least
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's usually
Mm-hmm.
cheaper to Vegas, and then a city that's like 24 hours.
Yeah, and there's so much to do. Like, there's something for everybody in Vegas, but also,
Right, right.
I mean,
And I think that's why, because I would love to do something. I was even thinking about because AT2 putting this into existence. I do plan on going on tour.
yeah.
So, I would love to do like live shows in front of people and stuff like that. I think that would be a dope opportunity. I definitely want to do like an all inclusive weekend where we do like a live show and then like we go out to dinner and then we might go to a club or something like that. And the first
Mm-hmm.
place I thought like, oh, why don't we do Vegas? So I guess Vegas is kind of like the go-to when like, well, I don't know anything else. Oh, Vegas, that would be easier.
It is easier because there's so much to do,
Hmm.
but I wouldn't mind going somewhere else. And
Oh, right. Oh, and I think
it,
also too, when it comes to the East Coast, like if you think like the winter or something like that, like it snows and all that, and
yeah.
yeah, that's like I think to travel it's easier when it comes to like but in the summer you could really go anywhere, but I think that's also another thing too. Like I know Florida, you probably shouldn't go in like June, July, August because they get hurricanes and stuff.
Oh gosh, and it is so humid down there. I was down in Florida in April, and
Mm,
the amount of humidity, and it was hot in April,
man.
and it's humid. It's like 90 degrees out, clouds like dark, dark, dark gray clouds, and the it's just pouring down rain, and it's 90
Oh
degrees out,
man.
and then the rain stops, but it's still humid, and so you really feel like you are inhaling water because of how humid it is.
Oh man. I'm supposed to be going in June next year.
I mean, just
I,
prepare
I'm
to.
I'm gonna be in the house. Like actually, my friends they're doing an Airbnb. It's gonna be like I think like 10 of us actually. So we're doing an Airbnb, so I plan on being inside most of the time, and
As
I'm probably
long
gonna be
as
drunk like every day.
you're doing an Airbnb with real deal friends that aren't going to not show up
For their own event.
for their own.
Yo.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, yeah, I think these friends are more you know what too? I think also this kind of ties back into Snapchat. I think at the time we were probably because I think we were younger too. So we were kind of just working our regular everyday lives and stuff like that. Hop on Snapchat, say a few things. It was a lot different where I think like now, um, Snap has changed their layout and stuff like that. And then just people grow, they change, get married, have kids. It's kind of just like your personal life. Like people just grow and they just kind of change. And so it wasn't the same originally when we first were on the platform.
Yeah. But I mean, platforms are forever changing, and
Right.
but also if you can utilize one that you can monetize and you're in it because you want to be a content creator, I can see doing that and not being on Snap. But you should just pop in a little more than just promote, you know?
You're right. You're right. I should,
It takes
stop just using y'all just to promote my shit.
takes 2 seconds just to pop in. But also like as of late, a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while are like popping up on my Snap and I'm looking at them like, holy crap. Some of them, the pandemic has been great to them. Like mental health
Yes.
on 100, like physical health on 100, and then some of them mental health trash, physical health trash. And I can see why those ones would want to stay away because it could be toxic.
Right.
Ones, or maybe that's why the ones that are thriving is because they did stay away. It could be. Yeah.
Right. And oh, I forgot TikTok was a big thing too
TikTok
during the
was
panorama.
like that's where a lot of people like really blew up. And again,
Yeah.
another
It didn't
another
work for me.
platform another platform I didn't utilize to the best of my abilities to where I could have like really just like put myself out there. But, you know,
Yeah. Did you use TikTok at all or not really? I know you do have one. I do follow you.
you follow me but you don't watch my stuff.
Well, I'm not really on TikTok. Like I said, I didn't blow up on TikTok. Like Dallas blew up. Who
I
else?
wasn't
Kimberly, Vivian, she blew up.
I actually I don't know Thundercat.
Thunder, I remember her.
Thundercat, I she came across my TikTok and because amazing artist. Okay, I love. Oh gosh, I love her art. It is amazing what
Yeah,
she
she
does
did
with like
great art.
the cartoon characters, and she takes them and puts her little spin on them, and
She did music too.
oh, and that yeah. Another thing, and she would put on skits. So the first way I was introduced to her was on Snapchat, and I was in one of her little like cartoon skits because they had like the Bitmojis,
Uh
and
huh.
she would do these whole entire skits, um, where it was just robbery, like the like just craziness. And
Yeah,
I was in one of the skits, and then after that, we just didn't really talk much. But then she popped up on my for you page, and I was like, she looked familiar, and it was Thundercat, and I went, and I was like, oh, she blew up on TikTok too. But I mean,
that's awesome.
she's artistic, like yeah. But I haven't seen Dallas in forever.
Yeah, he's on TikTok. I think he has like over like 500K or something like that on TikTok. Like he has like at least like 6 digits in followers or something like that. Maybe not 500K, but it's a lot. Like he really blew up. Like, and
I
I love to see it.
yes, like I could see it too because his energy, like and him and them long ass, them long ass legs,
Yeah, I didn't
man.
realize he was hella tall, but he is. I think he's like 6'5".
Yes, I don't. He boy got legs for days. Okay, and also he's into fitness. But one thing I will say that I liked about like Dallas and his fitness journey was he wasn't somebody that already started out physically fit.
Right,
And
right.
so to see his journey go from the size that he was to like how I was introduced to him, it was nice. And so I feel like he definitely deserves it. Like
He
he has
does. He does.
good content too. Really, really
It,
personable.
it's like it's content that you can watch, have anybody watch, you know. I think
Yeah.
that's another appeal to it, where somebody like me, it's definitely more catered towards, not necessarily, I don't want to say adult like X-rated, but it's more for like a mature audience. Like I would not say kids should watch my stuff. It's not family friendly, you know.
That no.
PG-14.
Oh, 14, not even
Yeah, it
13.
need to be 14.
Okay. NC-17 rated R.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Who else? I don't know.
I'm surprised.
17?
I don't know if non-trad is on there or not, but I know also too. He has 3 kids. His kids are getting older, so I know he probably doesn't have time for the social media thing. But he shout out to him because he was really like one of the, I would say, pioneers to doing this whole Snapchat thing and connected so many of us. So definitely shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else that I'm thinking of, a couple of people. Thu, he's doing his thing. He still has his businesses. He's doing good. You know, he got the twin girls and then his son, little Thu. He's doing great. DB Wit. He was, I don't know if he sell hot sauce, but he was selling hot sauce. I was like, there you go, marketing, everything like that. That's what you do. You're supposed to take your talent and then like sell it, be able to market it to people. I just got merchandise last month, so yeah, he's doing it right. I need to come out with me some hot sauce though.
Yes, I'm saying. I'm saying. So
Yeah, it's cool seeing
I
everybody like really grow and really take advantage of, you know, opportunities. I'm gonna get my charger real quick. Go ahead.
I was gonna say something about DB Witt. His his girl, she's always promoting his stuff, and that man be cooking. He cooks, and he be making some plates. People be buying it. But also his girl is into content. Like
Yeah, she does content too.
she does. And I'm not mad at it. Like I'm on one of her Snapchats, a little like private, and I'm not even into women. But I'd be like, mm,
Yo, she looks good.
might be a little curious. I wasn't curious, but I also think TikTok played a part in that because I don't know, some of them like studs or the masculine femme, whatever that what called mask stud, whatever.
I think
Yeah.
they're called studs.
Well, no, they're studs, but there's all they say like there's mask and femme,
Oh.
and she's like, well, I mean, she's obviously like into men and women, but I didn't think that I had like a sexual attraction to women until TikTok. But then I was like, okay, that's just because they're more like masculine that are coming up. But then I saw her and I was like,
Well, here's the thing too. Do you think like it's like an attraction or is it like an admiration?
Um, it could be a little bit of both because the content that she puts out, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, no, it is. It might be just might be just a little bit of both. Um,
Okay.
like the content she puts out, I don't know, like I'm not mad at it. Had me
Yeah, see, I'm
question,
not in the
had me questioning myself. So
I don't think I'm in her well, I am in like in a private group, but I think there's that Snapchat premium, like you can pay for like content or something like that. But I heard you need like 5,000 subscribers or some shit like that. Or
what?
5,000 people watching you on Snap.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I definitely don't have that because like you can get paid from Snapchat, but you need 5,000 to do like a premium Snap or whatever.
You can get paid from Snap.
Uh-huh.
So so you should get back on Snap and start promoting so you can up your followers there and get paid there too.
Yeah, it sound like well, Snap the TV shows and shit like that, and people they promote like I want to get like a little Snapchat TV show or some shit like that. I think that would be dope.
That would be. I would
Like, I feel
definitely
like
watch.
Snap should reach out to me because it's all like Snap. We've been together for a long time. Definitely you should offer me like a contract. Like all the things and stuff like that. I'm all like, yeah, I want to be on like one of these and like have my little own little show. I mean, I guess I could do that on my own, on my own Snap, and then somebody might discover me like that.
Yeah. I definitely think that's worth it. Like I say it is. Like definitely. Oh goodness. All right. That was my alarm going off 5 p.m. I have to get ready to go to the gym.
Oh, okay. You have your gym appointment. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
let me.
I have water. I do water aerobics because I don't
Oh, that's
actually
cool.
I don't care to work out, but if it's something that I
Something
don't feel like
fun.
I'm sorry.
Something fun like exercise. Like it has to be fun for you to want to do it. That's like how I am.
Yeah. Yeah. So if it feels like I'm exercising, I don't want to do it. But if it's something that I enjoy doing and I don't feel like I'm exercising, I'm all for it. And I love being in the water. So water aerobics. I thought there was going to be a lot of older people. I was down to kick it with the senior citizens. Like I would like get a
Oh, so
nice
it's not a
little
lot of older people.
no, no,
Oh
it's not.
wow.
It is people. A lot of the people are my age that are in there that they don't necessarily care to work out, but they enjoy water aerobics, and like you really because it's the water, like you feel the burn, you really do, like
Uh
because
huh.
it's the water, you're in it, you're moving, and oh, it's great.
That's
So I mean,
awesome. I love that.
yeah, so that was my alarm letting me know that it's that time for me to go
It's
get
that
it.
time. All right. Well, before you go, two things. Okay, one, in the show Big Brother, they do this thing on the live feeds where they have a song dedication and like tell someone to, hey, check out this song, or like a song dedication. So, is there a song that you can think of right now that you would like to dedicate, or you think people should check out?
Ooh, that is so good. I haven't. Mm, I can't think of anything right now.
Okay, I'll go first.
Why
My
did you go
song
first to
reckon.
begin with?
My song dedication today would have to be um, Kendrick Lamar Die Hard. Like that song has been in my head like for at least like the last couple of weeks, and
Ooh,
I love that song, and that's off of his new album, the Mr. Morale album. So make sure you guys check out that song.
I'm going to definitely listen to that. I still haven't even music. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of jazz, like
Oh,
late
so
night
yeah, so just
jazz,
that.
just late night jazz, but nobody specific though.
Is it a certain station you listen to,
Yeah,
or
on Spotify, just late night jazz. That's
oh,
it.
is that really a genre?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I do have
Mhm.
Spotify.
Yeah, same.
And I'm more sophisticated now, so I definitely will put that on my suggestion to listen to late night jazz on I was gonna say on YouTube, Spotify. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put that in there and just put it on a random station and just listen to it, because I do want to help like finding that peace, kind of like that zen, and like listening to like noise and like water waves, that doesn't do it for me. But like a cool
Hmm.
jazz, and especially I love when they do like covers of like popular songs. I love that shit.
Oh, I love that too. Yeah, definitely. So
Right.
late night jazz on Spotify. It's literally called just late night jazz on Spotify.
Oh, okay. And then lastly, is there any misconceptions about yourself or like the world that you would like to clear up? Like for me, for example, I think we have this thing, and I did a show about Lizzo last night, and how the Aries spirit guy had said that she looked like the shit emoji and all this other stuff. I said that, yo, it's funny because I mean, you'll hear it, but you never hear people tell like Rihanna, Beyonce, Britney Spears, or Christina Aguilera, like, oh, put on your clothes. But Lizzo is doing what she's supposed to do. Sex sells. Like, and just because it comes in a bigger form doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with it.
Right, and that's when I recently heard about the Aries Spears thing, and I found it to be comical because the only people that are sitting there talking about people that are doing something are people that are doing nothing.
Say that again.
So I found that to be comical, and then what he used to describe her, because he said she looked like the poop emoji and mashed potatoes,
Right.
and
That ain't right.
and then tried to justify him looking like the poop emoji and mashed potatoes. And it's like you don't get a pass.
Right.
You really do, especially when this woman is up there dancing, singing, and playing an instrument, and
She don't be hurting nobody.
you are sitting in a chair, sucking in like you need a ventilator, and you're just sitting down. So I mean, people in glass houses definitely shouldn't throw stones.
Amen.
Definitely. But also, I'm one of those people. If it's not a detriment to my well being, or even if it is a detriment to my well being, like it's my choice to make. And
Right.
but it's all for publicity. It had because ain't no way because he called himself handsome too, and I'm like, hmm. I mean,
What?
I mean, and that's not to talk about somebody's looks because beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah,
But
we're all
I wasn't
beautiful in
even
our own way, right?
it wasn't even his physical looks that made me think that. It was what I saw from within. There's
Yeah.
nothing handsome about
Inside, he's very shitty.
there's nothing handsome about that man on the inside.
Yeah. And sometimes you just don't, if you want to say something, sometimes you should.
Right.
Like, yeah, everybody can say whatever they want to, but sometimes just don't.
Yeah, and like everybody has an opinion, but opinions don't mean that it's factual. It's just an opinion.
Right. I like that.
His
Would that
opinion.
be considered a part of your misconceptions that you would like to clear up? The let's be clear.
Yeah, yeah, it would be.
Okay, I
A
like
part of
that.
my misconception is people think they might think that I care what they think,
And you
but
don't.
it's or maybe that isn't. Maybe people really know I don't care because like what other people think about me, what other people think about me is none of my business.
True.
It's not. But I no, actually, I will say the misconception for me is that I care for people, that I'm friendly.
Oh,
That's the thing. I tell people like I am kind, but I am not nice. And I don't have to be nice because
right.
you're only like you're nice to people when when you when you like somebody.
That's
Like I'll be
true.
kind. I will be kind, but I
Right.
don't
You don't have to
have.
be an asshole. I think some people mix the two, you know.
Yeah, but I don't have to be nice because
Right.
I'm not.
Two different things.
So that's the common
Y-
misconception. And
Yeah.
this smile gets people. I have my retainer in right now, but this I don't know. It's a
Right.
smile. Maybe
Oh,
the
and
dimple
I wanted
comes
to say
out.
your smile looks great, by the way.
Thank you. And then sometimes the dimple comes out and that's innocent. And I'm all like, mm.
That's how you get on the clients, that dimple.
That could be. Maybe I should smile a little more.
Right. Well, I'm not gonna hold you too much longer. I know you have to go, but Miss Father Deity, where can the people find you at?
Miss Father Deity on all social networks, Twitter. I have a Snapchat, Instagram. My OnlyFans is Miss Father Deity. My like all my links, literally,
Oh,
it's
is it
above
Miss
all.
Father Deity for all of them?
It's Miss Father Deity's Venmo, Cashapp, MsFatherDeity at gmail.com if you want to hit me up on Zelle or Apple Pay, PayPal, all that.
Yes, definitely hit her up. And I just want to say before we end, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. I really appreciate that. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being my friend.
I thought you were going to tell me you love me.
Of course, I love you.
That just ruined it. You got to start over now.
Okay. I just want to say, Miss Father Deity, thank you for coming on my show. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being my friend for all these years and just being somebody who has been supportive of me. I love you. Thank you for helping me conquer some of my fears, as we talked about earlier today. Conquer some of my fears, and I can't wait to see you on your journey as well as you've been cheering me on my journey. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. And I adore you to pieces. Thank you for having me. And I look forward to doing this again.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, we definitely gonna have to do this again. Oh, and let's invite Bridget.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. Yes.
Yes,
Definitely.
we have to. All right,
Mm.
I'll let you go, but thank you, and thank you everybody watching. We out of here, deuces. We
Bye.
out.